20 reasons why women are choosing to be single. Your peace does not depend on whether a grown man can figure out how to text you back. You've learned that not replying is a reply. You stopped translating mixed signals like it's a second language. You stopped confusing attention with affection. You don't have to explain empathy to someone who treats feelings like inconveniences. You can finally eat a meal without debriefing someone's emotional availability. You stopped explaining your boundaries to people who benefit from crossing them. No one is performing just enough effort to keep access to you. You are not decoding mixed signals. You are deleting them. You can finally tell the difference between chemistry and adrenaline. Also, you can sleep diagonally across your bed. You no longer have to convince emotionally illiterate men that communication is not conflict. You stop falling for potential and start investing in peace. No one is explaining your tone to you mid-conversation. You no longer play, guess how he feels. You just lose interest. You can talk about astrology without his unsolicited rant about logic. No one is turning every emotional conversation into a debate. You never have to say, it's fine, when it's clearly not fine. You don't wake up next to a grown man who still calls his mum to book his appointments. You can cry over a movie without someone asking if it's your period. You don't have to sit through another man explaining The Godfather like it's a TED talk. You never have to wait for a text from someone who's not good at texting but can post stories every hour. You realize you're not too much, he was just underdeveloped.
I'm 39 years old, so I'm over 25 and I hit the wall already. I'm educated. I'm masculine. I'm a strong black woman who don't need no man, right? I'm literally all of these things. I'm not having anybody's baby. I'm not finna be somebody's wife, aka slave, right? I'm not finna clock out of my job and then come home to a second job of being a wife and a mother. I'm telling you this from the gate. And y'all are still bothering me. You're still in my comment sections of my videos. You're still in my DMs. And for those who don't know this, the vast majority of the men that are in our DMs, women like me, are married. It's y'all's husbands, right? But the thing that I don't understand about the rest of you guys is you guys say you want these submissive ass women, right? You want these dumb as a box of rocks, no goals, no ambition, somebody's going to be traditional and stay at home type of women. Why don't y'all just go bother them? What do we have to do to get y'all to go away?
Man. Y'all gotta come to the front center. We gotta have a talk. What is going on? Welcome back. How are you guys doing? Thank you to American subscribers. I really appreciate your work. And if you're new here, thank you for stopping by. But do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Because right here, we bring up daily gist just for us to teach you and for us to learn. You know we can learn from you, right? Do you know that? We can learn from you. Go down there, add your comment, and turn on your bell notification after you subscribe. Yo, what is going on? Men in the building? Are y'all seeing it? Are y'all in the front seat? Y'all heard it? Y'all heard the women. The women are talking about yo. Now, what is going on? What is going on? The women are choosing for them to be single. They do not want to be in a relationship. Women do not want to be married anymore because of the man. Yeah, so I'm going to say no all men. And I know we have talked about that on this channel, that no all men. Not all men credit to the men that they are keeping. You know what I mean? They got their head on their shoulder and they are making their women feeling important. Boy, some of y'all need to listen to the one that are keeping their heads up. You know what I mean? The women are speaking out and I want y'all to listen. I want the men to listen. What is going on? This needs to be fixed. This needs to be fixed. If the women are enjoying that they do not need y'all in their lives, isn't that a problem? Isn't that a problem? Let's go roll the tape and listen to how the women are just pouring everything out. Credit to the creators for giving us this opportunity to add our comment. Go down there and add your comment. Let's roll the tapes, then we had more commentary.
The internet conversation about single women always goes one of two ways. It's either icky, you're single, you're old, you're gross, nobody wants you. And then there's, ooh, boo, hiss, women are so spoiled and entitled and disgusting and they think they're so wonderful and they get all the attention on dating apps and they're all whores. They don't go together, so if someone can make it make sense for me. But can we actually arrive at the understanding that a woman is single because she is making an active choice to be single with an active reason. Personally, I'm single right now because I have no interest in dealing with a man baby that can't deal with his big emotions, which leads to me having to carry the emotional load of the relationship. As it would turn out, many men are more emotional creatures than women because they're not very good at actually recognizing, feeling, and moving through those emotions. Some men, some are great. So the ones that aren't are triggered by nearly everything because they see everything as an affront to their ego. I've done the work. I'm not doing it for someone else, and I'm not going to work around them so that they don't feel those big emotions. I'm not going to shapeshift and tiptoe just to keep him happy and comfortable. If all he can do is be angry, okay, I don't need that. My life is peaceful. The only backyard I have to deal with is my own. And unless I can find another backyard with excellent soil, I will happily tend to my own garden.
So I'm noticing that more and more women are choosing abstinence and celibacy. And at this point, I definitely understand why. Like, between the situationships, the men not wanting to commit, the men not wanting to be honest, the down low men, and these married single men, I get it. I do. I really do. And I feel like I have really truly made the decision to work on myself and to be by myself while I'm in this transition period. Like, I feel like I'm in a weird transition period, but I've accepted it. And I feel like now is the time for me to really just focus on myself and not think about dating. I feel like I have goals and I have things that I want to do first before I actually date, because I really do want to date with a purpose. But y'all, the things that I have been seeing lately, it's just like beyond. And it's too many things out here. Like, I'm not shocked that women are choosing these things. I'm not shocked that women are content with these things. And it's some men too. Like, don't get me wrong. It is some men too that are tired of it too. And they've decided, I'm just going to be by myself. But the things that I have been seeing lately, y'all, like, if I'm being honest, like, I'm thoroughly disgusted. Like, people's feelings, they don't care about how they make people feel. It's really just, people are just out for themselves now. They don't care how they make people feel. They don't care about how they treat people. They only care about themselves. And this is like really sickening.
Who have it together are choosing to be single now rather than be in a relationship. And I personally can relate to this because it's just like the pros and the cons list of being in a relationship now, there's no comparison. The dating pool is not pooling. I'm not going to say that there aren't any good men out there. Obviously, there are good men out there, but there are very few men that can give me more than what I'm giving myself, if that makes sense. The more peaceful you become and the more peace you have in your life, the more strict you are and the less you're willing to deal with people's bullshit. And it's just like the risk of disrupting your peace just to be in a relationship is not worth it. It's just not. Everybody's different. Everybody is different. Me personally, I prioritize my peace so much that like you would really, and I emphasize the really, have to add to my life in order to be in it. On a romantic relationship type locked in level, because why would I? Like, literally answer that. Like, why would I? I know that when I was younger, and younger girls now, like, they want to be in a relationship, they're like rushing to be wiped up, etc., etc. Trust me when I say, just choose wisely. Don't waste your time. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're only like supporting his dreams and his goals, and you're sacrificing your mental health, your physical health sometimes, and your emotional well-being just to be in a relationship, just to say I have a man. Like, that is bad math. That is really bad math. Like, no, girl, don't do it. Especially in your 20s, it is okay to be selfish. It is okay to focus on yourself. It's okay to get to know who you really are before you try and like figure out a relationship situations. You know what I'm saying? Men are selfish all the time. Like, it's okay for women to be selfish as well. Now, I'm not saying be selfish all the time and never ever compromise and communicate and try to make a good situation that is worth it work. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you can see that that's not it, if you're just focused on the potential of like, okay, this could be something good, like, no, you're gonna be wasting so much time just because you want, oh, my man. No, because if shit gets real, that man is not gonna be riding the same way that you are riding for him. Have you guys seen the trend where it's like, what do you mean he drained the life out of you? that shit is real, okay? That shit is real. And obviously this all comes with experience. Let me tell you, if you've gone through a heartbreak, the less you're gonna tolerate and the quicker you're gonna spot these red flags and be like, all right, I gotta get the fuck up out of here before I start feeling like I did that time. You know what I'm saying? I feel like with experience and having your shit together, you just have more discernment and like you can recognize patterns and you just know what you want to tolerate and what you don't want to tolerate. Yeah, you can call that being strict, but I call it just having boundaries and self-respect. I don't know. Be happy with yourself so that you know that if somebody comes in and knocks you off of that in an unhealthy way, you can remove yourself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely feel like that saying is true. Women who have it all together are definitely gonna be more choosy when it comes to relationships, and they're not gonna be afraid to stay single because they've found happiness within themselves and they're not looking for outside validation or happiness that comes at a price. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's just not worth it. Now, I'm not saying all this just to be like, women are gonna be single forever, blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying that I would rather wait longer for an actual person who I'm compatible with, rather than somebody who isn't even on the same page with me, and I'm just dealing with it just to say that I have a man. No.
By the 80-20 rule, 80% of single women today, whether she's lesbian or straight, they're all avoidant attached women, okay? Meaning they crave intimacy and relationships, but they also run from intimacy and relationships. And they all became this way after getting hurt from 2010 to 2020. Remember, from 2010, when dating apps first became prevalent, to the pandemic 2020, a lot of women were impulsively banging dudes they shouldn't have been banging, impulsively getting in relationships with people that were no good for them. They got hurt, they got burned, they got traumatized, never healed, and they all became avoidant attached women to protect themselves. That's why everybody keeps complaining about the modern woman. The modern woman is an avoidant attached woman. Women used to be more secure, anxious hybrids, but now most of the single women available, 80% of them are avoidant attached women. Thank you for coming to my...
Just saw a video of a woman who said when her father-in-law passed away, her mother-in-law found in his desk a, quote, book of resentments. In that book, he details all of the many reasons why he hated her and being married to her. And it reminds me of all the videos that we see on this app where people talk about, he acts like he hates me. He doesn't want to spend any time with me. He's always angry. He's always upset. Like all of the things that this man has shown to show you that he does not like you, but you think because he's still there, that means he loves you and that he likes you. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. A man could lay next to you and kiss you mwah, on your forehead every night and cannot stand you. He could be with you for the kids, with you for the money, with you because his mama likes you, with you because his homeboys are jealous of how pretty you are and that he bagged a baddie because you pay all the bills and he likes the way you take care of him, the way you make sure that he goes to his doctor's appointment and you make sure his clothes are clean and his kids are taken care of, the way you always cooking for him and you pack his lunch. There could be any number of reasons that man could be with you, but secretly, whether literally or metaphorically, that man could have a book of resentment with you as the topic and all the reasons why he hates you. Sometimes your boyfriend, husband, fiance, acting like they cannot stand you is not an act at all. Be honest with yourself. You know that man is not pretending. He's short-tempered. He's mean. He's cruel. You'd be ashamed if anybody heard the way that man talked to you. You'd be ashamed if anybody that you love saw the way that he treated you. That's why you don't tell them the truth. You know he's not pretending.
This is the first time in history where the birth rates have dropped and women don't want to get married anymore. But this is also the first time in history where women no longer financially need to depend on a man. Statistically speaking, girls outperform boys. There are far more women with advanced educational degrees than there are men now. Even with the unequal wage gap, women are still figuring out ways to make more money than men. Before, men could use money to attract women, but it's more than that now, because now we're all on an equal playing field. We don't actually need you for income. We need to know that you're a good person. We need to know that you are self-sufficient, that you are kind, you are emotionally intelligent, that you've gone to therapy, that you have a personality. You have hobbies, you have things that make you interesting. What you come to realize is that men have focused so much on the exterior of the things that they can own that they've done no work on the inside. So regardless if you are deemed an attractive male in the society with the financial income, if you suck on the inside, no matter what you have on the exterior, doesn't make you a better person internally. And there have been scientific studies that men live longer and live healthier lives when married, whereas women, we gain no benefits. And so really in a partnership, women should really be interviewing men because it actually hurts us than them.
Credit to the creators for giving us this opportunity. Yes, credit to the creators. Now, which of y'all think that women needs to be interviewing, like give an interview to the man before you allow them in your lives. You know what I mean? And vice versa. Vice versa. Which of the men think you need to interview the women before you allow them in your lives? You know what I mean? Let's go down there, had your comment. But on a serious note, what is going on? What is going on? I know for sure we have to learn to love ourselves, right? That is the number one priority that everybody got to invest in. Loving yourself. You know what I mean? We still got men out there that gonna meet your energy. We still got women out there that's gonna meet your energy. But you just gotta know, like, okay, ready to compromise as well. If you're loving each other, you're loving yourself, right? You have to be able, if you can see yourself in your partner, I think it's gonna be easy. If you can see yourself in your partner, it's like you are loving yourself. What you know you are not gonna take. Do not dish it out. That is just as simple as that. You know what I mean? This can be fixed, but the women are speaking out. I know we give the men opportunity for them to speak up as well. They are gonna have their reason. But man, y'all gotta listen up. This ain't looking good. This is not looking good on your part at all. Just like this last creator, and I'm gonna say it again, credit to all these creators, you know what I mean? Because they started this conversation. Credit to all of them. And I am gonna say one thing that one of them touched on. Our grandmas, our mothers, they depend on men. But this generation, that the women are CEO, the women are boss lady, they got money to take care of themselves. They got the money to take care of themselves. What do you want to buy them that they cannot afford? They can send themselves on a vacation, but they need a partner that can be trustworthy, just like you need a partner that can be trustworthy as well. So it's a different way that the man in relationship actually have to be looked at. A different way the relationship got have to be looked at. We cannot compare this relationship to the relationship or marriages of our mothers, of our grandmothers. That they depend on our grandfathers, they depend on our papas. But now that this generation they can afford everything, man, y'all just need to like sit down and always remember, like, if I can love myself, I can love my woman. If my woman can love herself, for sure, she can love you as a man. The main thing is, if you can love yourself, you should be able to love your partner. If you want to be free, you should allow your partner to have the same thing that you desire for yourself. I think if you can get to that level, this gap can be, you know what I mean? We can close it a little bit. We can close it a little bit. Some women already made up their minds. They're like, y'all have shown them some pep. Hey, y'all have shown them some spicy, you know what I mean? And now they are just closing up like nowhere. But it is still we can still give it a try. We can still give it a try by we listening to each other. But the most important thing is, if you love yourself, you should be able to love your partner. If that is not happening, then there's a problem. What do y'all think? Let's go down there in the comment section, add your comment, and I am going to see you in the next one. Credit to all the creators. If you haven't subscribed, do not forget to do so. You know what I mean? Because right here, you are going to get your daily gist. See ya.